So the first time we see Jamie in season 4, he's getting fitted for all of his new stuff. So he's getting a new hand and a new sword made out of Valyrian steel, which is apparently really rare.
So this season on Game of Thrones, we had the royal wedding between Joffrey and Margaery, otherwise known as the Purple Wedding because Joffrey died. He was poisoned by Margaery's grandmother, who was working with Lord Baelish, and Tyrion was the one blamed, along with Sansa. So as of this season, Margaery has now been married twice. First to Renly, and now to Joffrey. Still no consummation. She just can't get that D.
Cersei blamed Tyrion for killing her son at the wedding, so she got him arrested. But Sansa got away too fast, so she found Baelish, who helped her get away on a boat. Jaime gets really mad at Cersei and, you know, forces himself on her, which brings up the question, consent, do you have it? I don't think so. He's kind of nuts.
So because Joffrey died, his younger brother took the throne, Tommen, and Margaery tried to work her magic on him. And then we met Sir Pounce! He's a cute little kitty. I really want to see more of Sir Pounce. He became like an overnight sensation. Sir Pounce, long may he reign!
So when Brienne's going off to find the little Starks, Jaime gives her a sword, which she calls Oathkeeper, which is really cute. Not cute, it's a good sword name, but they're really cute.
So because Joffrey died, Tyrion was put on trial for Joffrey's death, and everyone was against him, including his father, who brought forward witnesses who were completely against him, and they would twist the truth. The big one included Shae, beloved, well, not really beloved, Shae. She just pissed us all off with her words. And then Tyrion decided he wanted a trial by combat, and he deserves an Emmy. He did not get it. He was ripped off.
Jaime says that he's not gonna help Tyrion get out of the jail cell, except later, after the trial, he totally comes back and does anyway.
So this season, Daenerys Targaryen, mother of dragons, or Dany as I like to call her, got a little power hungry. She took over this town Marine, abolished slavery there, but she just kind of stayed there. And then her dragons got very power hungry. Or not really power hungry, they got very rebellious. They ended up killing a lot of people's sheep, and eventually they killed a little kid, and she had to lock her dragons away at the end of the season. She also discovered that Jorah was telling, or rather spying on her for Robert Baratheon way back when, and she got really mad at him and sent him away, and then we had this horrible, sad Jorah face.
So Baelish takes Sansa up to her Aunt Lysa's castle, and she meets her cousin Robin, who's a huge twerp, and pretty much wants to throw anything and everything down the moon door, which is a door to, well actually it's a hole in the floor that goes to nothing. Lysa doesn't really like that Baelish seems to have a thing for Sansa, so when she catches him kissing Sansa, she tries to throw Sansa down the moon door, which is really, really not smart, because then Baelish throws Lysa down the moon door.
But then we went to their lovely trial by combat. For the trial by combat, each side gets to pick their own champion. Tyrion picked Oberyn, also known as the Viper, after a long deliberation because Jaime wouldn't do it, which was probably for the best since he only had one hand. Has one hand. And then Cersei picked the Mountain for her side. So it was the Mountain versus the Viper. And it was very much like Princess Bride. Because Oberyn was trying to get his revenge because he blames Tywin Lannister for raping and killing his sisters, or rather the Mountain did that on behalf of Tywin Lannister. And it became a very squishy death. The Mountain exploded or squished the Viper's head in, and alas, the Viper is no more. So towards the end of the season, episode 9 to be exact, there's always the big episode 9. This season was the Watchers on the Wall, which was the Wildlings versus the Night Watch, which was going on the entire season, kind of culminating towards this big epic battle. Anyways, the Wildlings had giants and all these different people going against the tiny little Night's Watch. And the giants had some of the best kind of things. They had these arrows that flung people hundreds of yards away. Just very, very epic style. And then there was a giant anchor that the Night's Watch released that swept everyone trying to climb up the wall to oblivion. I don't think I want to be hit by that at all. Ygritte died. She was shot through the heart, and Jon Snow was too late.
So if you look back in season 4, you'll see that there were some really interesting foreshadowing lines, like when Baelish says that sometimes you can get killed, you know, in bed or on the toilet. And then both of those things happened, because Shae was killed in bed, and then Tyrion killed his father Tywin when he was on the toilet, which was super awkward, but super effective and kind of awesome.
And then later in the season, we had the actor who plays Reek, formerly known as Theon Greyjoy, pretend to be Theon Greyjoy. Ramsay Snow is now legitimate in his father's eyes, which is all he's been wanting. So the very last episode, the kids and Hodor found this giant tree that Bran's been having all these dreams about. It was a very creepy dream. And then Jojen, also known as the little kid from Love Actually, or the guy from Maze Runner, unfortunately died. It was really sad, but we will miss him. We will miss Jojen.
They didn't die, and no Starks died, but the Hound died, which was awesome.